What's up, B Squad? It's your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 9. I think this is episode 13. This episode was titled Rum-ble in the Jungle. Now, before we get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, if you guys aren't subscribed yet, you guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss this episode of Potomac, shall we? Hey, Penelope, how are you doing today? I hope you had a great holiday, hey, great Christmas, or whatever you celebrate, and a great New Year. So, Potomac is back, you guys. This episode, I don't expect to be on here that long because this episode honestly didn't give me much. I don't know if I don't even know if I would even call it a filler episode, but it just wasn't. It just wasn't for me. Oh, you say you just chilling and being messy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So this episode, we open up where we last left off, and I feel like we've been off for weeks with Potomac, but it's only been like what 2 weeks, I think, since. Yeah, but this episode, they could have kept this episode because it centered so much so around Mia, and y'all know how I feel about Mia in this storyline this season. They could have kept it. So I have so many questions when it comes to Mia. Here's the thing: when it comes down to Mia and the situation with the kids and not knowing where the kids is, there's a part of you that wants to feel empathy for her, and then there's a part of you that is like, girl, I don't know what to believe because you lie so much. Penelope says, who wasn't on the cast trip? The only person that I know that wasn't on the cast trip was old girl. What's her name? What's the woman name? What's the girl name? The one that's with the football player. Jazzy. That's the only person that I can think of that wasn't on the cast trip. That's it. So Mia, again, remember, Mia was talking about she don't know where her kids are, right? Then she says that Gordon went and got the kids and left and took them 4 hours away. I was like, huh? No, she's not. She wasn't full time. I think they were testing her to be full time, but they dropped her and made Kiarna for full time. And I think they made Kiarna full time like late in the game because I think Kiarna in the beginning of filming was always supposed to be a friend of, but then they ended up making her a full time housewife, kind of like what happened with Claudia Jordan on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So again, Mia, I do. Here's the thing: you want to believe Mia, but then when you look at Mia talking about the kids and not knowing where the kids are and how she's so hurt, which I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't believe she wasn't hurt, but the only problem that I have is there were no tears that came out of Mia's eyes. Like Mia couldn't muster up a tear. Now that could be for a multiple reasons. Maybe she don't have so much filler and Botox in her face that her face don't, she can't move her face and her, she can't produce, tears, whatever, right? But Mia just is a pathological liar. So Mia and Jacqueline calls up her previous nanny. Now, if you guys remember to season, what season was it? It was season 7, I believe, when Mia and Jacqueline first got into it with each other. You guys remember that not Mia, but Jacqueline's sister came out and said that she was Mia's nanny, right? So while they're on the phone, well, no, not while they're on the phone, while they're in the bathroom, they ended up calling this nanny, right? They called the woman's daughter, who I'm just assuming because we knew that the nanny that Mia previously had was Jacqueline's sister. So Jacqueline got on the phone and talked to this woman's daughter and asking her, like, hey, are the kids with you? And if you guys listen to the way that woman was talking, that woman was irritated and annoyed with those two. Like, yeah, like y'all help us know that them kids are here. So what the hell we talking about here? Like that's the vibe that I literally got from that. Is that person was like, y'all know these kids are here. Like, why y'all putting 20 on 10? Why y'all playing the game? Penelope says Mia may have a diagnosis to herself. She definitely do. And one of them might be multiple personalities, or she might just be a no. She's just a habitual liar. So, Stacy, I have a question for you. And here's the thing: when I go on a trip, I don't typically. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Right? There was one time when I went to Vegas. The time I went to Vegas for my birthday, I had my deodorant in my backpack. I had my toothpaste in my backpack, and go through TSA. Baby, they took my deodorant and my toothpaste, and I was like, damn. And the toothpaste that I had just bought it, and I was like, fuck, like y'all really gonna take my toothpaste? So I had to buy some while I was in Vegas, right? Now, this last time I went to DC, and when I went to when I went to Miami, I only thing I took with me was my toothbrush, right? So that when I got there, I could go somewhere and buy some, buy some toothpaste because, or you can just, or I mean, you do know you can go to the store and buy the travel size tooth. Actually, no, take that lie back. When I went to Miami and I went to DC, I had travel size toothpaste. I didn't have travel size deodorant. That was the only thing I did not have was travel size deodorant. So when I got to both DC and Miami, I bought deodorant that I eventually just said fuck it and left it at the threw it away. I was like, because I was like, it ain't no purpose of me taking it to the airport with me when I know TSA is just gonna confiscate it. My God, today, life before 9/11. Mm, what a time, right? You could go to the airport, wouldn't have to go through TSA. But yeah, Stacey, you forgot deodorant and toothpaste. What were you gonna do if did nobody have none? Which that would be a problem if nobody had none, because then y'all would be musty and y'all breath would be kicking. Ugh, okay, whatever, right? So we see the ladies as they're getting ready to go out for the day, and they're on a bus, right? So Kiana is talking about her relationship with Greg. I still have the proverbial side eye for that relationship with Kiana and Greg. And you guys can tell me what you think about it, but I still have the proverbial side eye when it comes to Kiana and Greg's relationship. Oh, okay. Just so yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think, and we can just move on. So while they're on the bus, this is the part of the episode where I got a little bit disgusted because I was just like, there are certain things that I prefer never to hear about, and this is one of them. So they're talking about Karen, and I was like, oh, sweet baby Jesus. Giselle brought up Karen and Ray's sex life. I was like, of all the things in the world that I never ever wanted to hear about, this is top of the list, right? Because we're talking about Karen and her retiring her mouth. I was like, ew, can we please stop talking about Karen and her mouth? Like, I legitimately don't want to hear about it. It's disturbing to me and to my homegirl, for real, for real. That is something that I just think is very disturbing. I think it's disturbing, and I don't ever want to hear about it again. Like, why do y'all feel the need to bring that up here at the damn? on the bus. And then Giselle, why are you so concerned about it? Like it's the math ain't math, and when it comes down to the situation, right? So Karen lets it be known that she gave Ray a list of things that he needed to do in order for her to bring her mouth out of retirement. I was like, oh my God, can we please stop talking about Karen's mouth coming out of retirement? Like, this is disgusting, y'all. Like, this is nasty. So Karen said Ray had to open the door for her. I was like, okay, chivalry. I don't see nothing wrong with that, right? I don't see a thing wrong with chivalry. But then she said there's more things that he has to do. And one of them was he has to make his way down to, I was like, oh God, no. No, 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 no. Why do I need to hear this? Why do I need to envision Ray doing anything that's nasty? We're gonna move on. Because I just thought that was disgusting. So while they're on the bus, Jacqueline is talking to Ashley, telling Ashley about the stuff that's happened with Mia and with the kids. Now, what I will say though about Ashley, ma'am, these last two interview looks that you have presented to us, these are good looks. Whoever did this, make sure that they style you for everything that you do, even the upcoming reunion, which I think the reunion films this week. I think the reunion films on the 9th, but I don't know if they're going to film it this week because the weather has gotten bad. So I don't know what they're going to do with the reunion. Hey, Bernie, how are you doing today? Hope you had a great holiday. Hope everything is good with you. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna film a reunion. That's interesting. I just thought about that because also everybody, if you guys, I know it's all over the country pretty much. Stay warm. Stay warm, you guys. Stay warm because it is cold here in Dallas right now. What is? Let me see what the weather is. And then they talking about the potential for snow this weekend. About a weekend. I pray that it don't snow here because people in Dallas lose their mind when it snows. People in Dallas lose their mind when it rains. But it is currently 38 degrees in Dallas, and I can't deal with it. That's great to hear. Same to you. Happy 2025. Yeah, this episode wasn't given much at all. It was straight up boring. I'm struggling with this review. So where are we at? Uh, after they were on the bus, so they finally made it to wherever they were going. They were going shopping, right? I really wasn't paying too much attention to them shopping. I was just like, okay, can we move this along? What's gonna happen? Nothing. Now you guys know Ashley Darby is not my favorite person. Don't see it for her. Ain't ever saw it for her. Ain't gonna ever see it for football head. Hey Arnold Stewie, right? But what I did see it for with Hey Arnold Stewie was the fact that she called Mia out about the fact that Mia doubled down on the stuff that was said to Giselle the day before, right? And I was like, okay, cool. But then Mia decides to say, oh, she's having issues with G because G went and got the kids the night before, and now he's 4 hours away in Martha's Vineyard. And I was like, huh? I was like, that's not the story that I heard. From what this is why I say you can never, when it comes to Mia, you don't know what's truthful and what's not truthful. Because I could have sworn Mia said Gordon went and got the kids, took the kids to a previous nanny, but then she also said G took the kids to another state. But if I'm not mistaken, those kids are still in the DMV area. So I'm so confused. But now G is in Martha's Vineyard. This is why I say you don't know what to believe when it comes to Mia. Bernie says, now why was Ashley more upset than Jizzy? Now, why was Ashley more upset than Jizzy about, you know, inquiring minds will lose to know the answer to that question. Because I did see yesterday that somebody had posted on one of the blogs that now Giselle has decided to unfollow Mia on Instagram. I was like, girl, this was filmed months ago. This episode was filmed months ago. These interviews were filmed months ago. Why are you waiting to now to decide to do all this stuff? The thing that I will say is it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me that Giselle is not, because I'm gonna go back to what I said in the last review before the holidays about Giselle. You were the way you treated Wendy when you thought that Wendy had looked Grace up and down. The way you treated Wendy, you wrote Wendy off. Y'all were ready to ice Wendy out. Then when you thought that Wendy and Candace were laughing at your daughter, again, you were done with them. But Mia calls your daughters whores and talk about them sneaking boys into the house. Mia is directly speaking on your children. Candace nor Wendy ever said anything about your kids disrespectful towards your kids. But you have so much energy for them and none for Crater Face. I got you again, Giselle. I got your motherfucking penny, nickel, and dime. But I've always had your penny, nickel, and dime. But neither here nor there, right? So Ashley got pissed off with Mia, rightfully so, right? Because Mia was deflecting, talking about she got so much stuff going on. Girl, who don't? Penelope says it's giving stunts. It is. It's absolutely giving stunts and shows because Giselle probably, thought that she could, she probably saw the footage of the season and was like, oh, the people are finally going to, people are come back around to me. But then when we saw this, I know she's probably like, damn, I forgot about that. Now let's be mad about it. Now let's talk about how Mia is deceased to me. Now let's go and follow Mia. But again, this was filmed months ago, Giselle. So miss me with the bullshit, right? Um, but yeah, once again, Ashley, whoever did these last two interview looks for you, great job. Keep them on the payroll just to style you. I don't want to see you back next season, but keep them on the payroll to style you for whatever you do outside of Potomac. Because this should be your last season. For me, this should be your absolute last season. I did just see that article. I didn't get a chance to read it. I did not get a chance to read it because I actually saw it just before I came onto the live. But Bernie says, JB, did you see the new Essence article calling Mia out on her storyline? I'm so tired of Mia dragging this show down with her lies. This episode was exhibit QRSNT of Mia and her lies. It absolutely was. It absolutely was. And speaking of Mia and her lies, I know that Jacqueline got on her feelings a few weeks ago about the way that people talk about her. And she decided to address people calling her love and hip hop and, talking about her wearing Fashion Nova and all that stuff. Here's the thing, I don't give a damn that she wears Fashion Nova slightly. And I say slightly because like she said, she's not an actual housewife. She's a friend of, so we don't see her real life. So I don't care about her fashions. But what I do care about is this stupid ass love and hip hop storyline that she and Mia give us. Because in this episode, we got more of love and hip hop from them. And it's like, my God, like I'm sick of these. I'm sick. When I tell y'all I'm sick of Mia and I'm sick of Jacqueline, I'm sick of those two. I ain't never been sick of one housewife and one friend of. I ain't never been so sick of people in my life. But these two, they are freak and fraud. They've got to go. Freak and fraud have got to go because they're declassing the show. Penelope says, I just got a whole bunch of stuff from Fashion Nova. I can hold the flute. It looks that way, right? Because now, what I will say, and this is not, it's going to come out shady, but it is what it is. With Mia, If Mia wears Fashion Nova, I can see why Mia wears Fashion Nova because Mia's had work done to her body. And, the girlies who get the BBLs and stuff, most times, the only thing that can fit them is those Fashion Nova clothes because Fashion Nova clothes stretch. That was shady, wasn't it? Yep, it was shady. But I said it, and it is what it is. If I'm lying, call me out. Where's the lie? And let me say this. Let me say this. Not all Fashion Nova clothes are stretch, but I know that the girlies who get the BBLs, I don't think most because when they get them huge butts, them butts don't fit in regular clothes. I know that because you got to have something that stretches, right? Especially if you get a big booty. Just saying. Jackie is giving weirdo. Get her off of my screen. Yeah, Jacqueline definitely gives weirdo, and I don't like her. So now, what I will say is, I kind of noticed this when they went into this shopping. I mean, it's not all of it is BBL clothing, but some of it is Fashion Nova as well as Shein. Some of that stuff the BBL girlies be wearing. Not all of it. Let me also clean this up because I've saw some pants on Fashion Nova that men that I want, and they reasonable priced. So I ain't knocking Fashion Nova. We knocking Fashion Nova when it comes to Housewives and even a friend of. I wouldn't expect the friend of to even be wearing Fashion Nova because this is supposed to be life behind the gates, right? And nothing, honestly, when it comes to Potomac, nothing really gives behind the gates, with the exception of maybe Wendy, because Ashley gives that she shops at City Trends. So does Mia. Karen, Karen has come up in style over the last few seasons, but I don't even want to get too deep into Karen. And then Giselle, we just know her fashion's attacky as hell. And Stacy is new. Stacy is new. So we ain't gonna go on. We ain't gonna even go off on Stacy because Stacy is a new girl. Stacy's been showing up. Stacy's been looking good, and I'll say that. Um, what else? Oh, I didn't even think about Timu. I've never bought anything from Timu. I have not bought anything from Timu. But Brandon says, "Damn, there's a cute sweater on Timu. I thought of buying. Ain't a housewife. Y'all fine. We regular people. I expect us to buy. I expect us to buy these things because we are not on Housewives. We ain't on none of these shows that's supposed to show opulence and elegance. But these ladies are on these shows about opulence and elegance and wearing clothes that. And the thing is, they're wearing clothes that we can afford. Like I want to see y'all in something from Nordstrom, right? Because if you buy something from Nordstrom, you got a good coin. Which even there's some things in Nordstrom that I can afford. I just choose not to buy it because it's like, eh, this is a little. Because actually, I went into Nordstrom's about a few months ago, and there was this. It was a shirt that I was looking at. The shirt was how much was that shirt? But it was, and the thing about the shirt was it was ugly as fuck. And I was like, wow, people would actually spend. I think it was like $1,200. I was like, why would anybody spend that much money on this ugly ass shirt? But I know why, because it was a name brand. I think it was Gucci too. I don't wear Gucci. I don't ever intend to wear Gucci. But I was just looking at the price of it, and I was like, wow, all this because it's a name brand. Hmm. Never. And again, not saying that I can't afford it. I just didn't want to. I could afford that shirt. I just chose not to because I was like, why would I buy this shirt? It's not something that is attractive or appealing to me, so I don't want it. And I left it. But I probably will be going into Nordstrom's very soon to see what I can see what's in there that I want. I never thought of buying from Timu. Stacy gives me I spend money on my clothing. She does. Stacy does give that she spent a good coin on her clothes. Even Kiarna, even though we don't know a whole lot about Kiarna, even she gives that she spends money on her clothes. The other girls, not so much. Idiots. Gucci is tacky to me. Any brand with the label embezzled, I know what you. I know. Yeah, over. Now, see what I will say about Gucci is there are some There are some. I'm not a Gucci person, but there are some Gucci things, and I think that's the other thing when it comes to Gucci. People like to buy the Gucci with the Gucci just plastered all over your chest, all over your back, all over your ass, wherever, right? People like to wear that to make it seem as if they have money. Hello, Sheree. Because you can, if you're a fashion person and you know what's in their catalog, you're gonna know what's Gucci and what's not Gucci without that big ass Gucci just written all over everything. Like you'll know Gucci without it actually screaming Gucci, Fendi, Prada. You will know those brands if you are into fashion. But people, you realize people who never had anything, then when they get to a point of they get money, then they want to go and buy the extravagant things and flashy stuff so that they can like. Here's a little tip for everybody because this is why I think a lot. This is why I think things happen to celebrities when people break into their homes and rob them and all that kind of stuff. Is because you wear over the top stuff. If you dress modest, if you can still wear your labels, just be modest about it. I think that's the whole thing for me is modesty. You can really tell this episode ain't give shit because I ain't even talked about. I done gotten so far off track with this damn show. Let's get back to the show because I done got so far off track. I don't even know where we was talking about. Oh, I was talking about the men in Panama. The men in Panama love them black women. I will say that they were loving the women. So after they went shopping, the ladies went and did rum tasting, and I was like, okay, cool. Karen said she wasn't drinking. I said, okay, Karen, if that's what you think is gonna help you, have at it. But girl, we don't saw that video of you, and you're still wearing that. The thing with Karen is, girl, I would have thrown that wig away because you are literally wearing the wig that you had on the night you got your DUI. You had that same wig on. Baby, burn her, destroy her. She is bad luck. She is bad luck. She does not like you. But neither here nor there. Jacqueline, you're really a tryhard. You're really a tryhard, Jacqueline. Well, we're not driving, Karen. And Karen said, yeah, bitch. When Karen called that woman a bitch, I hollered. Oh my, Housewives from Housewife. How are you doing? He said, oh my God, she was wearing the same wig. Yeah, nah, Bernie, baby. That is literally that same. That is legitimately that same wig. Go take a look at that wig. I kid you not. That is the same wig that Karen had on in that DUI video. And the reason why I know that I feel like it's the same wig, aside from the fact that that wig ain't sliding back on her forehead, it's the same. She may have two of the same. She may have two. I ain't gonna sit here and say it, but it's the exact same style. It's the exact same style, exact same color, and the hair is even this like everything about that wig is the same as that wig in that DUI video. Them roots, the curls of that wig, everything is the same. Only difference is their wig is not sliding to the back of Karen's head. Karen, I'm still hurt about that damn video for multiple reasons. One, you shouldn't have been drinking and driving. You were clearly 100% drunk. Let's not play. And then I'm still tripping off of your attorneys Talking about they gonna file a appeal. Appeal for what? That is black and white. That lady was drunk as hell. We not gonna sit here and play the game that Karen was not drunk. She was drunk and belligerent. Yeah, it looked like a brand. Yeah, it wasn't sliding, and it looked like a brand new wig. But I'm thinking, I think Karen recycled that wig. I think Karen probably got home that night and said, "You know what? We gonna reuse this wig." Um, that's why they tried to get the. I think that's exactly what it was. They were. That's why her attorneys were trying to get that video. But that's still, and I know why they tried to do it because in the beginning of the video, the officer told Karen he was recording her. Karen said not to record her, but he still recorded her nonetheless. Okay, whatever. But she was still, I don't give a damn how you flip it, rub it down. Karen was still drunk as hell. Bernie says appeal to waste the court's time. Yeah, it's a waste of time. Lock her up. Exactly. Not Mrs. Jefferson. Not Mrs. Jefferson, but yeah, Karen. Let go of that wig. So then they started impersonating each other, right? Kiana impersonated Stacy. She also did Mia. Then Mia impersonated Wendy. I don't know who Karen and Giselle were impersonating. You guys can tell me who they were supposed to be impersonating because I don't know because they didn't show any clips of the person that they were impersonating. So then Stacy impersonated Ashley with them god awful TikToks. When I tell y'all, I hollered at them, at Stacy because that was funny to me. What I need to happen now is for TikTok to get not well, let me say this. I need for Ashley to get banned from TikTok because I'm so sick of seeing Ashley and them TikTok dances, her non-dancing ass. Um, so then like at this table, they were having the most random of conversations because somebody, I think it was Wendy who asked Kiana about the best date that she and Greg have ever gone on. So Kiana told about the best date that they went on. Then Giselle tells us a story about her going to Puerto Rico with the man. The man left her in Puerto Rico. She claims that the man paid for the trip because they both realized that they didn't like each other. But she says this man is still trying to reach out to her to this day. I was like, there's a lot somewhere in between there because that don't make sense. So, bruh man took you to Puerto Rico. Okay, I believe that part. You and bruh man get to Puerto Rico. Y'all realize y'all don't like each other. So, bruh man decides to go back to the States. Okay, I can kind of see that. That's rude as fuck. But okay, I can see that. So then you say bruh man paid for you even though he left you in Puerto Rico? That part I don't believe, Giselle. And then I also don't believe the part that bruh man is still trying to holler at you to this day. I don't believe that. But I definitely believe that you and bruh man went to Puerto Rico. I definitely believe that bruh man probably got to Puerto Rico and was like, yeah, you an evil green-eyed heifer, so I'm gonna leave your ass right here in Puerto Rico. Girl, how'd you get back home? Did Jamal come? Okay, Giselle. If that's what you say, then we gonna run with it. Giselle must be a miserable person. I think she gotta be. They couldn't have fun in Puerto Rico. Nope. Giselle getting left by a man sounds believable enough to me. LOL. It does sound believable. I ain't saying that it don't sound believable. It's the fact it was after what she said that she told him, "Oh no, you got to pay for this trip," and then, girl, I'm a man, and I know how most men think. Right? Most men think with the member between their legs. If he took you to Puerto Rico. I'm pretty sure that man was expecting some kind of an exchange, right? So he goes back to Puerto Rico with no exchange. You mean to tell me that man still paid for that trip and no kind of exchange happened? Like none. No, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. But okay, I'm gonna let you have it, Giselle. Moving on. Uh, where we at? So here's the other part of the episode that irritated me. And when I hear about Mia and Jacqueline, all I hear is freak ho. Shout out to the two women on Jerry Springer years ago that they got their ass popped for calling that transgender woman a freak ho. But this is literally what I get when I hear Mia and Jacqueline is freak ho. So somehow we get on these two, and Jacqueline saying Mia knows she got a WAP. I was like, I'm pretty sure she does know that because we know that y'all are scissoring sisters. So that's not a shock to anybody. So then they asked, well, did you guys ever, do anything together with ink? Speaking of ink, so y'all know I think it was either Christmas. No, it wasn't Christmas. I think it was over the New Year. Mia unfollowed ink, or he unfollowed her. She came out with this post and something about they broke up. Who cares? Not me. I just want to give y'all the tea. So somebody was like, so have you and Mia and Ink done anything? I believe they have. Jacqueline says they haven't. Mia says they haven't. But what do we know about Jacqueline and Mia? They're liars. So I definitely believe there's been some flipperization there. They said that they came up with some kind of story of, I guess there's a guy that they must have messed with. Y'all hoes are nasty. And I thought I was nasty, but y'all hoes are really. I've never, like, with my friends, I have never, like, that is something I wouldn't. Those are, there are lines that I would never cross, right? And the biggest line is my friends. I would never want to share with my friends. I would never want to do anything like that with my friends. I just think that that's disgusting. With these two, it's disgusting because it seems like y'all hoes just flip flop and swap different men with each other. Oh, okay. We're gonna move on. So they were getting ready to go out to dinner, I guess. And Wendy wanted them girls to get dressed in that restaurant. I would have been like them. Absolutely, the hell no. You want me to go into a public ass bathroom and put my that is nasty. When it comes to me, I'm a germaphobe, and that just disgusts me. Thinking about putting my feet on public ground, on the public floor, anywhere, it repulses me. Ugh, it makes my skin crawl to think about it. Ugh. So they went to dinner, right? And I think Kiana mentioned what happened with Ashley and Mia when they went shopping. So Mia is talking once again about the situation with Gordon, which again, I don't 100% believe it. And I honestly hate saying that because you don't want to believe that a person would lie about their kids. And if they would, that's, in my personal opinion, disgusting. But neither here nor there, right? So Wendy made a good, valid point to Mia that, girl, if you're going through all this with G, why don't you go to the courts and petition the courts to give you full custody of the kids? But Mia says she doesn't want to do that. And that's why I say I don't believe Mia, because if Gordon is in a manic state and you can prove it, then you can go to the courts and say that until you get on the right medication, that I have to do what's best for the kids. But again, I don't believe anything that Mia's saying. I think Mia is full of shit because even Ashley said it best in the episode that if it were her boys, she would have been on the first thing smoking back to the States to check on her kids. And I think any parent would do that. Like if I find out my kids are not where I left them at when I left to go on my vacation, bitch, I'm gonna be at the airport trying to find a way to get to my kids. Be like on Home Alone when they left Kevin at home by himself. Kate McAllister did everything she could to get back to Kevin once she realized they left Kevin at home by himself. But here she is, and also I forgot to mention, Mia made a booty call to Ink, talking about when she gets back from it from Puerto wherever the hell they at, Panama, that she gonna come give him some Panama P. I was like, bitch, your kids. What about your kids? Well, she was like, well, my kids are. I know where my kids are now. They're fine. And then my son, he's out in Atlanta. You know what, Mia? I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you have it. Do you right? So then Giselle decided to call Mia out about her kids, right? And I was like, why did you wait until now, Giselle? You had plenty of opportunity to call this woman out. Now you want to say, oh, you didn't know that she doubled down on it until Karen said something. Say what now? Stunts and shows. So Mia says to Giselle that she apologized off camera. Now, y'all know how I feel about Giselle. Giselle gets on my last fucking nerves, but I agree with what Giselle said. Why can you say it at the table? You brought this to the group. You brought this on camera. Why can you say this on camera? And this makes me believe even more what that article said about 2 weeks ago, that they tried to get this stuff scrubbed. They tried to get production to scrap this from airing. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. So then Mia is talking about how she's tired of being under a microscope. No, you're not. Cut the bullshit, Mia. You're enjoying every moment of all of this. Y'all, I'm sick of Mia. 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 And I'm sick of Jacqueline because Jacqueline tried to chime in to defend her. Shut up, ma'am. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. And then she decided to call the ladies miserable. I said, miserable? Okay, look in the mirror. You're miserable. And also, let something else out. Really quickly, let's talk about Kiana. Um, so, hey, Greta, and Happy New Year to you as well. So Kiana, Giselle, you kind of pissed me off in this scene too. When Stacy brought up Kiana's case, right? So Kiana told him she's suing Deborah, that it's a civil and it's a criminal case, right? And so Giselle was like, "That's still a thing." That bitch hit me in my forehead with some glass. It's gonna always be a thing. That bitch would be see. Here's the thing. Deborah will be lucky. Deborah is lucky that Kiana was the one that was affected and not somebody like me, because somebody like me, it would never be over. Because somebody like me, I would sue that heifer, and then I would go to the. I would find it if I see that heifer on the streets. It's on and popping again because I'm gonna bust her in the face if I see her on the streets. Like F to the U to the CK Deborah. Like it would be up and stuck for Deborah. And then Giselle was like, but she don't have no money. That ain't my problem. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Let her figure that out. Greta says, I need Mia and Jacqueline off my screen. I think we all agree. No offense, but Kiana gives dingbats. I mean, none taken, because she definitely does give a little bit of a dingbat, especially when she was talking about Panama City versus Panama. So yeah, she gave a little bit of dingbat tea. But yeah, you guys, that's the episode. I don't know how we made this a 40-minute review. I guess because y'all coming in the chat, and I appreciate that, because other than that, this wouldn't have been no more than 15, 20 minutes tops. But yeah, you guys, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you guys are in the replay, be sure to like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, you guys. and share the video, you guys. And thank you guys so much for getting me over 2,000 subscribers. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna try to do a live one day this week just to celebrate, because I do have some things to celebrate, because the second marked 7 years since my first upload on YouTube, and then we hit 2,000 subscribers. So yeah, we'll do a live. I feel like I'll do a live probably this Saturday sometime, so that we can just get on here, and have a little, talk about whatever we want to talk about. And so the next things that I got to get up for you guys is Married to Medicine, which I have not watched that yet, and Baddies. I've watched that, so just got to record that. And everything will be up sometime to later tonight, because I don't feel like I'm going anywhere, because, like I said, it's cold as hell in Dallas. It's 30 something degrees right about now. So I don't feel like I'm going anywhere for the rest of the night. I feel like I'm in the house, and it is what it is. But yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. Giselle so scared GNA gonna get implicated. Child, ain't nobody thinking about no damn GNA. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, you guys, that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next video, you guys. So as always, you guys do me a solid favor. Stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Bye, guys.